feeling. Like I would hope he would think about it and this would be in his mind, but I wouldn't actually know what another person is feeling at this time. You just can think that this person.
Jay-Z has spent decades evolving beyond the role of a rapper, transforming himself into a mogul, entrepreneur, and cultural icon, someone whose name has become synonymous with success, wealth, and influence.
Right? So remember, Rymir, I think his name is Rymir Satterwhite. I think that's how you say it. So he took Jay-Z to court because Jay-Z has been ducking and dodging not only this DNA test, but allegedly threatened Rymir. Rymir says because Rymir went public with his story years ago and has been maintaining that his deceased mother told him before she died that Jay-Z was his father, that his mother, his late mother, and Jay-Z had a relationship. But the problem is that Jay-Z would have been like in his 20s and Rymir's mother was in high school. So, as of today, as of a few hours ago today, right? Because Rymir claimed that Jay-Z was sending goons to his house, calling his phone, saying that he was going to get shot, die in his car, whatever. Rymir has withdrew his lawsuits. Rymir withdrew his lawsuits. Hold on, let me read it. All right. Rymir Satterwhite, pro se, so he didn't have no attorneys. Okay. To the clerk of the Court of the United States and Federal Judge Percy Anderson and Judge Sherilyn Peace Garnett, blah blah blah. Sean Corey Carter. Oh, is the name Corey? Okay. It says, please take notice. Plaintiff Rymir Satterwhite pro se submits his notice of withdrawal from the withdrawal. Damn, my accent. From the above complaint as a party to the action. The defendants have not filed an answer to the above complaint. I certify that the foregoing statements are true in the notice of withdrawal, and any willfully false statements, I am subject to punishment. Sincerely, Rymir Satterwhite. Okay, certified. Blah 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 blah. So, and he filed it on the 18th, but we just hearing about it now on the 23rd. So, wait, when was the 18th? 18th was Friday. So Friday, Rymir said, "Damn, we good, we good. I'm gonna withdraw my case." Now, I just got another update from a source. They say Rymir is good. I'm assuming good, alive, right? He's good. Jay-Z is trying to block the DNA, and that's all I got. I haven't been able to get further details. When I can actually speak to my source again, I'm gonna get the details. What does that mean? Because this paperwork right here say he withdrawn. So, I mean, his name is on it. He withdrew. I'm hoping he got paid. I'm hoping he got something for this, and that's why he's going to wait. But it don't look like it. But then, if Jay-Z does give him a settlement, he's not going to talk about it publicly. I don't know. But who are we to get mad at Rymir if his life was really being threatened and he you know what? I'm going to just go and withdraw. Because here's the thing, right? Jay-Z has a certain image, and Jay-Z has been able to keep this story quiet, keep it hush-hush, but there is something to it. Even if he's not this biological man, because it's a grown man, biological man's father, he must have slept with his mother. He know who his mother is. Because if this was just a complete story.
For years, Jay-Z carried himself with the calm confidence of a man who appeared to have everything under control. But recent developments have fractured that image in a way few expected. His long-running legal battle with Rymir, who has for years claimed Jay-Z is his biological father, has taken a dramatic turn, and for the first time, Jay-Z appears visibly on the defensive. The empire he built on control, discretion, and power now faces a crack that money alone may not be able to seal. Whispers about Rymir have circulated within the industry for decades. Allegations that Jay-Z fathered a child early in his career and chose to keep it hidden have never fully disappeared. Each time the claims resurfaced, Jay-Z followed the same strategy: silence. He never directly acknowledged the accusations, allowing public attention to drift back to his music, his marriage to Beyoncé, his billion-dollar ventures, and his dominance over culture. For a long time, that approach worked.
The Jay-Z Rymir stuff, because things are getting very ugly between them too, because court documents have come out where Jay-Z has basically responded, and he has stated that he went to actually go and see, or Jay-Z's lawyers went to go and try and meet Rymir, but Rymir refused, and that last minute Rymir withdrew from his case because he was just very manipulative about what he is doing. Defendant Jay-Z hereby submits the following reply. Defendant filed his motion to dismiss plaintiff Rymir's frivolous lawsuit, the latest action in a long history of harassment from his mother and himself. The frivolous and vexatious nature of plaintiff's filing is evident. For a week and a half before filing the motion, defendant attempted to meet and confer with plaintiff about the grounds for his motion, and even asked if plaintiff would dismiss his complaint or any portion. Plaintiff not only refused to engage, which is a clear violation, but he basically did not even see him in any way, shape, or form. Simply put, the plaintiff chose not to ignore the court's rules. Defendant would have spared the time and expenses of filing a motion. It is thus plaintiff's refusal to engage with defendant and then his filing of a notice of withdrawal, which clearly shows a waste of time because he wants to be doing press interviews and on social media. This conduct must be stopped, this long history of harassment. Not only that, but they're looking at Rymir to pay for the fees and the cost of all of this waste of lawyer time, which is what Jay-Z sees it as. Jay-Z's people tried to meet with Rymir, but he refused, and that he last minute withdrew everything, which basically shows that this is a waste of time, because why did you withdraw? You can't argue with the court of law. You can't argue with basically with the stipulations of what is going on. You simply cannot. But at the same time, as I always say, when it comes to Rock Nation, something in the buttermilk is not clean, because Rymir himself has broken silence and discussed with us as to why this has withdrawn. He doesn't really give clear answers, in a meticulous manner, but
Hey, what's up with everybody? It's your boy Rymir here. I just want to get on here and let everybody know the updates, what's going on. It's been a crazy couple weeks, y'all. I want to let y'all know that I have not stopped my fight. I did withdraw my case. It's for a reason, y'all. It's not because I'm stopping with it or not going to refile it or anything like that. It's just a lot going on behind closed doors. That's only one case that we withdrew for right now. But it's a lot going on. You know how this industry works. These judges, these lawyers, these high celebrity people, they try to use all different types of tactics and call it what you want, bully tactics and different types of stuff to, slow it down and just change the narrative. So it's like, hey, we got to step back and play chess, not checkers. So we sitting back and we just observing everything right now. I just ask y'all to keep the support. Keep the support. I have not gotten any DNA tests. I have not gotten any settlement, anything like that. I wouldn't just take it. I would let y'all know, honestly, even if it wasn't y'all business. You guys been here for me all these years, supporting me. I wouldn't dare just run away with no money or nothing like that. So, no, that's not what it is. But as I said before, y'all, just keep your eyes open. This is bigger than me. This was never just about me. I'm trying to change things for the world, honestly. For the future, we need this to be changed. We don't need to continue to go in these courtrooms and don't get fair due process and everybody don't get discoveries and you just get treated unfairly. So it's just like, I'm standing on business and, I will continue to fight. So please don't think just because y'all seen that withdrawal is over. It's not over, y'all. Continue to fight with me. Continue to support me. I will support y'all. I love all y'all. And let's just keep moving forward. Let's just do that. That's all we can do, right? Can't sit there and dwell on nothing. As y'all said, I got a family. I got to take care of my family. I'm grown. That's what I do. So
pushing for recognition, the case has now reached a point that threatens to blow everything wide open. After years of legal maneuvering, delays, and resistance, the situation has shifted in a way Jay-Z may not have anticipated. What makes this moment particularly damaging is the element of surprise. He had grown accustomed to the story resurfacing from time to time, confident it could be dismissed as rumor or tabloid noise. This time, that strategy no longer applies. The legal system has stepped firmly into the spotlight. New filings, renewed motions, and the persistence of Rymir's legal team have forced the courts to revisit the matter in earnest. Suddenly, this isn't just fodder for gossip blogs. It's a live legal issue, backed by court documents and a determination that refuses to fade. The layers of insulation Jay-Z once relied on appear to be thinning. Observers say the courtroom atmosphere made that shift unmistakable. Those familiar with Jay-Z's public persona know his trademark composure.
Do you believe wholeheartedly that Jay's your father?
I really do. And if it's not, why you can't prove me wrong? Like, it's not as far as a proving me wrong thing. It's go to the courtroom and basically do what everybody else would have to do. Like, it's not, you don't have to prove me wrong. I just want the truth. Honestly, I can take it. No, I can take, if I'm embarrassed at the end of the day, I can take that. I really can. I've been through a lot, seeing a lot. I can take me being embarrassed. I just can't take nobody not saying nothing. Like, you know, it's not fair. I was 7. My mom had to sit down with me. I guess she thought I was old enough to know now, and she been saying Sean Carter. That's what she was calling him at first before she was calling it Jay-Z. And I really didn't know who that was because I was young. And, you know, had my little brother, and I really wasn't worrying about it. She was saying it a lot, but I really just was going along with the person I was just seeing, like the person I looked at who was taking care of me at that time. I really wasn't really trying to understand what my mom was talking about, but she constantly put it in my head like, son, it's not your father, and I really want you to know it is. This person is your father, and I just want you to know. And she continued to tell me that over the years and over the years and over the years, even until I was grown. He never tried to contact me in any type of way, and that's all I'm asking is, like, 'cause I honestly really want the case to be over with. Like, I've been going through, just like I said, a lot, and as I said, I'm not chasing nobody. I'm not trying to do this to make somebody seem like a bad person, a bad father. I'm not trying to make nobody seem like a bad person or nothing. I'm just really coming out here for the truth. I don't want no money or anything. I wasn't looking for none of that. I just want to know the truth. And if I can't go to the courts and get the truth, like, what is it really? Why you? What is it? I just really want it over. It's something that's really affecting my life, and I just want it over with. I work every day. I also have my own kids to take care of. So it's like, it's been a journey for me, and it's just like, you know, I just got so much on my name right now. I never asked for money. I don't do interviews just saying, hey, Jay-Z, give me your money, or I'm coming after Jay-Z for his money. I never did that. I'm not that type of person. I work for everything. I work for everything. Next is, I'm just trying to basically make sure no other kids and nobody else in the world has to go through this. Basically, don't feel afraid to go to court and see if a person is your biological parents. You know, so many people are scared, and this is a big thing in the world. A lot of people don't have their fathers because they scared to go out and search for them. And sometimes it only take a little search, you know, go search. And if it's wrong, we're adults. Well, most of us adults, even for the teenagers, this shows this being a role model for them, showing you can't go in the courtroom, and if you're doing everything correctly, you should be able to just get treated as equal as other person. I've always been a person that I never hate anyone. I never, you know, I don't walk around with hate for a person. So I try to teach my kids that just be the best that you can be. So that's just a motto I go off. I would never hate Jay-Z. No, it was never that type thing. You know, I respect him for everything he did. And as I said, I've been going through a whole lot through these years because this case, like me, my mom, my godmom, we didn't see the words. We didn't have people, you know, slander my name. Like, you want Jay-Z money. And I hear it all. I want to fight until I'm not here no more. And it's never going to be against no one. Like, you know, I'm going to continue to fight. It'll take another 10 years.
Controlled, rarely shaken. But for the first time, that confidence appeared strained, suggesting that the narrative he once managed through silence may now be beyond his control. The shift in his expression was impossible to miss. His jaw tightened, his eyes darted uneasily, and the familiar aura of control he's long projected seemed to crack. For a man who has spent decades shaping the narrative around himself, being forced to react rather than command was startling to witness. It was a stark reminder that no level of success can fully insulate someone from unresolved truths. For Rymir, this moment represents the culmination of years of persistence and pain. His fight has never been about headlines or attention. It has always been about legitimacy and identity. Imagine spending a lifetime asserting that one of the most powerful men in the world is your father, only to be dismissed, ignored, or silenced at every turn. Enduring that kind of rejection requires extraordinary resolve. Now, as the case gains renewed traction and tension quietly builds inside the courtroom, Rymir finally has an opportunity to present his truth publicly. His persistence has forced the spotlight back onto Jay-Z, and the mogul's visible discomfort suggests that this time, the allegations may not be so easily brushed aside. And the consequences of this battle extend far beyond the personal, because when power, legacy, and truth collide, the ripple effects are rarely contained.
I would hope he would think about it and this would be in his mind, but I wouldn't actually know what another person is feeling at this time. You just can think that this person knows and thinking about it and stuff like that. I really want to know. My mom did tell me she went in there and filed a fraternity test, and it just basically I can say it was a whole lot of running around with that case. It was a whole lot of things that wasn't, what can I say? We didn't have enough information to push the case. That's what I basically can say. We didn't have enough information to keep the case going. So it was a big case to me because I really wanted to find out who my father was, and for the case not to go how I was planning it. I really thought it was going to go different than what it was, but I really feel like it should have been over with because I feel like if it was anybody else, I'm not saying this because people got higher standards or people make more money than that, but it's just different because if it was anybody else that made a low income, I feel like they would have had them in there way faster than people that's wealthy. I really try not to get frustrated, basically. I really try not to think about it, I go on with my life because, anything could happen, but, I still gotta live for myself at the end of the day. I still gotta work and bring in income for me. I can't sit around, I gotta get up off my feet and do something. I can't wait on the world. Like I can't say, I can't wait on anybody to want to respond when they want to. It is important that I know who my biological father is, just because, my mom's health, I don't know if it's coming from our family or it's coming from the other side, and that would be something I really would want to find out because, in the future, you don't know what could happen. And a lot of people are so quick to judge because they see somebody coming out and try to find out if the person that, trying to find out things, they so negative to push you down. People are just so quick to judge a person that's I want to say low income, but somebody that doesn't have it, and somebody that does, they always think, you coming after that person's money, or they never look at the full story and things like that. It was rough, living in Philadelphia. It was a hard city. It started to get wilder as the years went on.
Have you ever been in a situation where you were almost killed?
I have been. I wouldn't say the crossfire was for me, but it was people. It was a couple shootings that I have been around, but it wasn't for me. I have not stopped my fight.
Jay-Z's legal battle with a man claiming to be his biological son is over for now. Rymir Satterthwaite has withdrawn his federal lawsuit against the rapper, who Rymir alleges to have impregnated his late mom Wanda during the 1990s. He says in a July 27th Instagram video,
Just want to get on here and let everybody know the updates, what's going on. It's been a crazy couple weeks, y'all. I want to let y'all know that I have not stopped my fight. I did withdraw my case. It's for a reason, y'all. It's not because I'm stopping with it or not going to refile it or anything like that. It's just a lot going on behind closed doors. Hey, we got to step back and play chess, not checkers, so.
E! News has reached out to Jay-Z's rep for comment about Rymir's withdrawal but hasn't heard back. However, in the June 16th court filing obtained by E! News, attorneys for the Grammy winner, whose real name is Sean Carter, slammed Rymir's paternity allegations. The documents read, "The fabricated allegations and claims have been addressed and rejected in multiple other courts," adding that the federal lawsuit was just the latest in what Jay-Z's counsel described as decades-long harassment. Furthermore, Jay-Z's lawyers alleged Rymir's federal suit was not properly served, saying that the music mogul, who shares kids Blue Ivy and twins Rumi and Sir with wife Beyonce, did not learn of its existence until 1 month after it was filed in May. In the response to Rymir's lawsuit, Jay-Z's attorney asked the court for additional time to evaluate the complaint and determine how to respond or otherwise plead. For his part, Rymir said in his complaint that he was not suing for reparational
Rymir has consistently stated that his case is not about financial compensation but about recognition and identity, a claim that now threatens the carefully managed image Jay-Z has built over decades. As renewed legal filings force the issue back into court, Jay-Z's long-standing strategy of silence appears less effective, raising questions about accountability, influence, and whether power was used to keep the matter buried. For a man celebrated as a cultural leader and symbol of transparency and growth, the allegations have prompted fans and critics alike to reassess that narrative. With the possibility of a court-ordered paternity test looming, even without a final ruling, the scrutiny alone has begun to crack an image once thought untouchable.
I seen it. You know, it was going off on SZA, it was going on Jay-Z, you know, Rock Nation. Listen, what did she say?
The lady from Dose, that Desiree Perez song.
Desiree Perez. Nikki said, "Dear Jay-Z and Desiree, you ruin hip-hop, you ruin football, you ruin basketball, you ruin touring, you ruin Instagram, you ruin Twitter. The jig is up. All this is alleged and for entertainment purposes only."
I mean, I understand why she's saying it. You know what I mean? The lady Desiree, whatever. I mean, everybody knows that's the fact that she told on the cartel.
Oh yeah,
I mean, so that's just a fact. I mean,
it's a fact. Yeah.
I mean, and I can't believe nothing happened. That's crazy.
I mean, the fact that Jay-Z is this street guy,
I got her as the CEO.
And the CEO is a known informant.
Informant to that's crazy.
But
man.
I guess with him, it's like, well, this is the best person for the job, and she's a female, so fuck it.
I mean, that's one way to look at it.
I think that's how he looks at it. I don't know Jay like that.
I'm pretty sure she ain't the only person that can do that.
I can tell you this though, someone I know sent my video of me going at it with Tony Busby to Jay-Z, because remember Jay-Z was one of the people he tried to go after. You know, the whole bullshit 13-year-old story and everything else like that. And Jay-Z thought it was hilarious. He got a big kick out of that. So,
yeah, I mean, I don't know what it is between Nicki Minaj. I know she said something about the son, Jay-Z's son.
Yeah, but he just dropped that lawsuit.
Or she did.
You know, but he said he's still gonna file. I don't know. I don't think that's his son.
I do.
You do?
Hmm.
Why do you say that?
I don't think Jay-Z would offer him no money at all if it wasn't his son.
I don't think he offered him
Yeah,
money.
he offered him money.
Really?
Yeah.
See, but sometimes, listen, you gotta understand. You've never been sued, have you?
No.
I've been sued multiple times. Like, you reach a point where financially it makes sense to settle, right? Like, I had a lawsuit where she wanted like $600,000. It was like a former employee that was just came up with a whole bullshit, you know, accusation that had nothing to do with me, and blah blah blah. It was just a whole bullshit situation, and ultimately, we got to the point where we spent about $75,000 already in legal fees, and she ultimately said, "I'll take $75,000 to settle." So it was going to be like, all right, we've already spent $75,000. If we go to court, I'm going to spend probably another $300,000, and I could probably win because there's really nothing here. But do I want to? Once I spend the $300,000, I can't sue her.
And even if you won, you still lost.
I still lost.
Yeah.
I won, but I've just spent $400,000, right? So do I want to just back up out of it with $75,000, or do I want to spend $400,000 to make a point? I don't have $400,000 to make a point. Jay got $400,000 to make a point.
Let me ask you a question though: if you pop somebody's mom, pop the ladies, would you take the test?
What do you mean?
So say it's a kid like, yo, I think you might be my dad. You pop the mom, would you take? I'm asking you, would you take the test?
Well, the problem with this story is that they're saying the mom was underage.
I'm saying, but besides all I'm saying, it might be your son. But that part, like, all right, the mom of the age.
The underage part makes it all very dicey. See what I'm saying? Like,
so past the fact that might be your son.
What do you mean?
So if it might be your son, like, because the mom was underage, you wouldn't want to find out.
I mean, if it's going to ruin your whole life.
I don't think it'll ruin his whole life.
You made a very bad decision 30 years ago.
With your son? So see, me, my thing is this, I'm not running from, if it's my son, I want to know.
Yeah, listen, I get it, right? And I have kids.
If I got $1 billion, I'm not.
I have kids as well, you know, and I think it's a very hard choice because it's and the mom is dead at this point.
Yeah,
so, but then again,
it's not hard for me.
You know, if Jay takes that DNA test and it proves to be positive, he's gonna be
The renewed momentum of Rymir's legal battle has made it clear that his claims can no longer be dismissed as mere whispers, while Jay-Z's long-standing silence appears increasingly ineffective. What was once treated as gossip has now moved firmly into the courtroom, drawing national attention and shifting public perception. As the case gains traction, Jay-Z, long seen as untouchable, appears caught off guard, facing scrutiny that money and influence may not easily deflect. For Rymir, the fight remains about validation, identity, and truth, and its resurgence has reignited debates about power, accountability, and whether even the most powerful figures can truly escape their past.